Dennis Chambers live here at the Brooklyn Bowl, here to do a presentation, also to play with Corey Wong tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, tomorrow. Right now we're at rehearsal, and I'm here for you. Favorite city to perform in for me is, I think it's Chicago or New York. And I kind of gravitate to Chicago. People are really warm there. And they're not, I noticed the audience is not into, per se, like, you know, they come to see you chop out or whatever have you. So I kind of lean to that, you know, and they don't really care about too much who you are, you know. So I don't feel like I'm under a microscope when I'm in Chicago versus other places where I am.
What is the most memorable album you've played on and why?
The most memorable album I played on, well, I got a few, man, but it's all the live stuff. One is Bill Evans' Let the Juice Loose. And then there's the P-Funk live at the Beverly Theater. And then there's the Steely Dan, you know? So I got 3 or 4 or 5 maybe, but those are the ones live, you know? But there's studio-wise, I would say it's Tom Costa. All his records I played on was pretty nice. What artists I would love to play with? Well, I think it's all my favorite guys that are dead, actually. You know, one was Jimi Hendrix, of course. I'm a Jimi Hendrix fan. And the other guy would be John McLaughlin, who is alive, and John Scofield, who is alive. The reason why, and P-Funk, you know, back when I played with him. And the reason being is because they allow you to be who you are. They didn't, you know, I don't think they ever said anything to me as far as like how to approach the gig, how to play the gig. And I never played with Jimi Hendrix, but I was told he was like that as well. I worked with some guys, I knew Buddy Miles, told me stories about Jimmy. I got a chance to hang out with Mitch Mitchell. He told me the same thing. So I love people like that allow you to express yourself over the music, because what make a band's band is like when you have a band and everybody put in the pot. And that's when the band becomes, it sounds unique because it's got all these individuals, you know, collaborating, you know, try to make something, make one identity. And I love that, you know, but pretty much today, music is not like that anymore. You know, you got one guy controlling everything. He wants you to be his drum machine. And, you know, take all the fun out of it, you know.
Gotta have fun, right?
Yeah.
Who's one drummer that's changing music right now?
Who's one drummer that's changing drumming right now? I can't think of this guy's name, but I think he's from Spain, or he's got a beard. He plays a kick drum, snare drum. El Estepario. This guy is a freak of nature.
Is he?
Yeah, the guy is scary. But he plays a kick drum, snare drum, and a floor tom, a hi-hat cymbal, and a crash ride cymbal. And this guy is ridiculous.
Awesome.
I mean, he's got to be the one of the baddest drummers I've ever seen. Chop-wise and groove. The thing I love about this guy is the fact that he's got like some of the best chops I've ever seen on anybody, but he can play music. You know, I remember when I first saw him, I was like freaked out over his chops. Like I said, he's got chops from hell, the best chops I've ever seen on any drummer. But he turns around and play a Michael Jackson song. You know, like he demonstrated You Got to Be Starting Something, which is a drum machine, and he played all the parts.
Yeah.
You know. And then he turned around to play a Tears for Fears song.
Wow. And
then he turns around and play like some straight up metal, you know, like blast beats.
So genre defying.
And while he's doing that, he's reading a book. He's playing this stuff with one hand, reading a book. Sometimes you see him smoking a cigarette or whatever, or, you know, like he'll drink a cup of coffee, throwing the stick on the floor tom, and it's bouncing back in his hand. And kills. The he's a freak.
Wow.
He's a bad dude, man.
That's awesome. What is the last album you listened to for yourself? Not for a gig, not for learning tunes?
Oh, man. That's a hard question. I'm always listening to the stuff that came before me.
Yeah.
But as far as new, I would say a group called Knee Body. I'm really into them, or Funky Knuckles. I'm really into them. But there's some other groups I've been listening to, and I can't remember their names right now.
That's cool.
But I listen to anything with Victor Wooten on it.
Yeah.
So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Coolest piece of gear on the market right now?
The coolest piece of gear on the market right now is my drum kit on stage.
And that's a maple gum, right?
The maple gum, yeah.
Man, that thing sounds huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
It's a real warm, beautiful sound. It's very focused. And I pretty much imagine you can put any kind of head on it and it'll still sound great.
Amazing.
You don't have to search around too much trying to find the right head to put on the drum to make it sound great. This kit sounds amazing.
And it's got that like silvery, pinkish finish. It's like looking at two different colors at once.
Yeah.
Answer this question. I can't leave the house without.
Oh, I can't leave the house without music.
So either on your phone or with a record or on CD
Yes.
for
I
your car?
always got stuff on my phone. I'm always listening to music.
Awesome.
Yeah. Actually, I'm always listening to music because I got to learn people's music all the time.
I saw you over there. You were listening to tunes. I saw you sitting at the bar while they were doing sound check. What advice do you wish you were given as an aspiring drummer?
This is a joke, but choose another profession. No, oh man, that's a hard one. Nah. But I mean, it's a hard one because, you're looking at a guy, started playing at the age of 4 and started playing in clubs at the age of 6. And being so close to New York, where all the guys will come from New York going south and hit Baltimore. So I got a chance to see and hear and meet a lot of my heroes that actually later on in life, I became friends with them. I became good, somewhat friends with Buddy Rich. I became friends with Tony Williams. I'm great friends with Billy Cobham. Became friends with Max Roach, Elvin Jones, all those guys, and I'm glad I came to be a musician at the right time.
Amazing.
Where I was able to see them and also to get,
live too.
Get things from them,
Yeah. What is something outside of music you hope to accomplish one day?
Oh man, that's a hard one. You know what? One thing I really try to accomplish is just being a great parent, great family man. Yeah. It's kind of hard for a musician to be that, especially when you're on the road all the time.
Yep.
I missed a lot of years, with my kids, because I was always on the road. Every time I came home, they were like different people to me, because I missed, like a year or two, being in and out, and watch, when I come back, they're like other people to me, different height, face changes. Missed out a lot on their learning and growth experience. Yeah.
So we're looking forward to the concert tomorrow. Thank you so much for taking the time with us, and we'll see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks, Dennis.
All right.